Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's the weekly reading for the week of June 17 to 23rd. Your cards this week, Aries, energies leaving, completing or transitioning. You have the Knight of Swords. Focus energies this week, you have the Five of Swords clarified with the Two of Swords. We have the Emperor coming in towards the end of the week. So Aries, we have a little bit of conflict energy going on here. I'm an Aries too. I'm looking at the spread going, I don't like it that much, but you know, sometimes this energy has to come up or does come up, and it's how we deal with it that makes the difference. So let's have a look at what we're all going to be going through this week. So Knight of Swords, I drew a second card for this position because I really wanted to clarify some of the Swords energy. And we got the World here. So, you know, with all the Swords energy going on in this reading, I feel like there has been potentially a lot of argumentative energy surrounding you for, you know, in the past and probably still going on. So Knight of Swords can be that very sort of fast, hasty communication that's quite cutting. It can be harsh words, it can be arguments, it can be those things that you just come out of your mouth quickly that you wish you never had said. So, you know, I do think with the Knight of Swords there has been an arguments with somebody, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in work, whatever it is, there has been that kind of energy. It's an ungrounded sense of energy. It's, you know, you can see it's almost like flying through the air. There's no sort of sure footing. There's no sort of stability. There's no foundation in that energy. You know, with the Knight of Swords too, you know, you could have been dealing with an air sign, so Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. So we have that with the World card here. So whatever the situation is that's been, I feel, tumultuous in that kind of intellectual sort of argumentative way, the World card tells me that it is time to let that complete. So, you know, the World card really is, you know, that strongest card of karmic cycles coming to completion. So, you know, with the World card, we see the figure literally stepping through the hoop here. So it also indicates that when one cycle ends, another one begins. Now, I'm also getting a bit of a sense here that the reason why you could be getting this kind of conflict energy surrounding you is that potentially you haven't been letting a situation complete that is absolutely well and truly done and ready to. So sometimes when we try and sort of hang on to things that we're supposed to release, that's when, you know, things don't, it's almost like, it's got the vision there of just like swimming uphill, you know, swimming against the current. Things don't flow anymore, you know, things become forced. That's when arguments come, that's when those kind of situations arise. So with the World card, it can be that reminder if there is something that you feel needs to come to an end, that you just need to surrender to that and allow that process to happen. Because that's how you, you know, get the growth that you needed to from the situation and move on into a stronger, new karmic beginning. It's going to leave the World card on top here so we can see the major arcana. Okay, focus energy this week, guys. Brace yourself because it's a little bit harsh again. We have the Five of Swords here, which is your main focus energy, clarified with this guy, with the Devil here. So, and then we have the Two of Swords down there as the clarifier. So, Five of Swords, that sense of competitive edge, you know, wanting to have the last say in the argument, wanting to win the argument, wanting to come out on top, but it's at a cost. It's at a cost to your own happiness. You know, sometimes it's not worth just carrying on an argument just to be the winner if, you know, it's going to leave other people hurt and probably yourself hurt as well. You know, we've got some interesting energy here. We've got the Two of Swords down the bottom here, which I really feel is you feeling blocked in a decision as to what to do about this situation. You know, it's a stalemate energy, and it's an energy that you feel like you do need to protect your heart. Now, so I feel like this is, you know, you're still holding on to this situation, and that's why that World energy can't complete. Now with the Devil energy here, this lets me know that there's a sense of toxicity to the situation. It's not serving your best interests anymore. So Devil energy is something that makes you feel stuck bound. You can see he's got the bat wings there. So it's something that actually is sucking your vital life force energy. It's taking from you rather than, building you up and making you feel good about yourself. And with the devil energy too, you can see these two characters here. They are bound and shackled, but those shackles are loose. They could free themselves from it. So I think there's been that sense of voluntarily staying in a situation that's not serving you anymore. Now, why would you do that? Because sometimes, staying in something, even though it's causing you hurt and it's not an easy situation, still that sort of like low level hurt is more comfortable. There's more comfort in that discomfort than the discomfort that would come from actually ending it, and having to move on. And if it's a relationship, find a new home, go through a breakup. If it's a job, cutting the job and having to look for something new and go through that fresh beginning again, and maybe the financial stress that comes with that. That's what that devil energy is. It's feeling bound to something, feeling like you can't release from it. But, with that devil energy, it's something that's not serving you. Over time, it's beating you down. And I think that, strongly we need to release this energy. With the Five of Swords there, that is still that conflict energy. So it's likely there's still a lot of conflict going on in the situation. Two of Swords, so it's making you feel like you don't know which way to turn. You might be weighing up your options, but you're feeling in a stalemate and not really knowing which way to go. You haven't quite made that decision yet because you're feeling, blinded and bound to it. I think that's the focus energy that you're in this week. Thank goodness, towards the end of the week, guys, it starts to shift up with that Emperor energy. So this is you, Aries. Emperor is your card. This is where you start stepping back into your seat of power, getting back on your throne, coming back into control, grabbing your staff and going, you know what? I'm the ruler of my world, not you. The darkness doesn't rule me. I rule myself. I'm surrounded by, gilded bright light. I'm the emperor, and I can rule my world. I can choose my direction. I can make that happen. Also, guys, the emperor, he's a strong king. He's seen many battles before. He knows that sometimes you need to put your armor on under your cloak. You need to give yourself that sense of protection before you make your decision and move forward in that path. And when you protect yourself emotionally, you're able to take on a much more practical energy in your decision making. And that's what's going to allow you to weigh up those options and move in the right direction. Sometimes emotions can cloud us. So I see that this week you may need to step into that King Emperor energy, protect yourself emotionally, think about things logically and practically, and that's where you'll be able to see slowly that path through the mountains expose itself to you, and you'll get a stronger sense of where you need to go. But yeah, we must release from the devil energy. There's a toxicity that you've been in, a toxicity that's holding you bound and stopping a karmic situation from completing. So we must move back into the seat of power, back into Emperor energy, and from there, Aries, you can see the way forward. It's not an easy energy, this reading. I'm not looking forward to it either. But, life is full of these challenges. None of us are immune from challenges. We must all go through them. But the good omen here is that you are moving back into your control seat, back into your seat of power. So pick up your staff, Aries, rule your own world. Only you can release yourself from this with your own inner power. That's what I'm seeing here. So keep in mind, Aries is a general reading. It's not going to resonate for every one of you this week, but it will for some of you, and you'll know who you are. These are not subtle energies. So Aries, we'll see you for another reading next week.